Hey everyone, welcome to the GitLab Runner 13.4 kickoff video. This is Darren Eastman, product manager for GitLab Runner. I'm here with Juan Ramirez, senior UX designer for the GitLab Runner. Today we'll review with you a few of the key features and the capabilities that we're looking to ship in 13.4. Starting first with Juan, can I give you some overview of some of the things that are happening related to runner management in the UI and so on. So Juan, you want to take it over?
Yes, thank you, Darren. So let me share my screen. 1 second. All right, here it is. All right, so yes, so for 13.4, we have a couple of interesting things happening. One of those things is the runner guided install. This is something that was developed and planned on 13.2. It was expected to ship on past releases, but we have had like a little bit of a backlog in terms of the review process. But we're confident that this is gonna ship in 13.4, and this is a very interesting piece of UX because it's gonna allow our customers to have the instructions for installing the runner inside the UI, and it also simplifies a lot of the process that involves going into the documentation and getting all these commands. So it basically makes this process way smoother. So this is definitely happening in 13.4. We also have another interesting issue, which it's possible that this is gonna still ship in 13.3. We had a little bit of a convoluted review process for this one, but if it doesn't happen on 13.3, it's definitely going to happen on 13.4. And this is the ability of allowing customers to disable GitLab.com share runners at the group level. So this one is very interesting because it's going to allow our customers to create that top-down control of the share runner availability. And the way that it works, just kind of like briefly, is that all runners are going to be enabled by default. But if a customer chooses to disable the runners at the group level, then they're also going to have the ability to allow customers to override that setting at the project level, which basically creates a lot of flexibility when it comes to dealing with like different scenarios that our customers may have. So this is definitely happening, if not in 13.3, in 13.4, which is the one that we're talking right now. I'm very excited about this one. So yeah, back to you, Darren.
Hey, thanks, Juan. I'll start sharing my screen then and talk a little bit about what's happening on the other side of things for a runner. Let's share this out. And so just to kind of give a bit of context for everyone, everyone's probably seen this. Hopefully, this is our run direction page, and we've been doing a bit of work over the past few months to add some more reasonable, more information to the page that kind of makes sense in terms of what's happening with the runner. And the last iteration of this that we did after the 13.2 release, we've started talking about the runner and sort of like in three main areas. And so to kind of help us talk about features that are coming, the strategy, the vision, the roadmap. And so the three areas that we kind of are referring to now when we talk about the runner is basically this, right? Runner core. And what we mean by that is features and capabilities that are part of the open source runner state execution agent, right? So the binary that actually executes the job. So all those features and capabilities, things like adding PowerShell support, you name it, those are parts, that's part of runner core. And then that's separate from what we're now going to be calling a runner cloud. And runner cloud, which is in the past been called like the shared runners on GitLab.com, but basically it's the CI build virtual machines that's available on GitLab.com that are powered by the runner core agent and executables. And so that's what we're calling runner cloud. And that's important to distinguish that work stream and that level of capabilities from runner core, and we'll get to that in a moment. And then the third sort of leg in the stool in terms of how we're thinking about talking about things related to runners, runner enterprise management. And that kind of loosely covers things like, as one was pointing out, hey, managing runners in the UI, interfacing with the runners, group views, and so on, and things in the future that we're thinking about in terms of how do we simplify the management of a large-scale cloud of runners that our self-managed customers might be hosting for themselves. So runner enterprise management is our current sort of overarching capstone for those kind of UI, UX, enterprise management at scale types of feature sets. So Runner Core, the core binary, hey, it's running your job, you grab it down yourself if you need to, and execute jobs, Runner Cloud, and Runner Enterprise Management. So what we're looking at in terms of 13.4, I'm going to kind of go directly into that. In the what's next and why section, the way we're trying to communicate what's coming now in this section is very clearly kind of these give you an idea that kind of, hey, more than likely this feature or capability is kind of next up in terms of what you'll be seeing in the core, in the Runner code base. So for Runner Core in 13.4, one of the key features that we're looking to deliver is enable after script features, a capability that supports another change that's happening in the GitLab UI. Now, we talked about this as well in the 13.3 kickoff. Unfortunately, there is still some additional discussions happening in terms of what the final implementation and logic should be. So we decided to hold off, and now we'll be looking to ship this in 13.4. So this is the main capability, the main feature set, the capstone feature, if you will, that's shipping in Runner Core in 13.4. Now, in addition to this, there will be other features and capabilities that are going to be shipping in Runner Core in 13.4. But again, this is the capstone feature. For those folks that are interested in looking at what's happening in the Runner Core code base, on our Runner page, we actually have our process defined that talks about our Runner Kanban process. And it links you to our Runner Kanban board. And so at any point in time, you can come in here as a user, one of the community members, and you can take a look at all of the active code changes that are in process and that are being worked on for our Runner Core code base. Our in review column here gives you a good idea of some of the new features and capabilities that we're working to actively ship in Runner Core. So for 13.4, the big feature change will be the after script feature that's coming in Runner Core. In terms of Runner Cloud, what's happening in 13.4, kind of loosely happening in 13.4, is that we're working very, very hard right now on going to market with the macOS Build Cloud, a closed beta of the what we're calling the macOS Build Cloud for runners on GitLab.com in 13.4. And so we'll be working on go-to-market announcements, we'll be looking at some other things, but in 13.4, we'll be starting with a closed beta, and over time, that's going to evolve into an open beta and finally a GA product. So look for in the 13.4 timeframe, product announcements, additional information about signing up for what we're currently calling the macOS Build Cloud, which extends our capabilities in terms of what we're offering customers in regards to be able to build their applications on runners hosted by GitLab. So Runner Core, Runner After Script, that's actually in the core Runner code base, Runner Cloud, the macOS Build Cloud closed beta is looking to launch in the 13.4 timeframe. So at a high level, those are the two big things I want to call out in terms of those pieces. As Ron reviewed in the beginning, he covered some of the features for the UX, UI that kind of falls under the umbrella of Runner Enterprise Management. So that's it for Runner for 13.4. Again, those are the things that we want to highlight. If you want to, again, take a look at what's happening on the roadmap, this is our Runner direction page. We keep this evergreen. And then if you want to get into additional details, we also have our Runner group Kanban board that's linked from our Runner pages as well. So with that said, Juan, any parting shots before we wrap up today's kickoff call?
We're good.
All right, everyone, thanks very much for taking a look at our kickoff video for Runner 13.4. Again, if you have any questions about the Runner, the strategy, features, capabilities, issues that you're hoping to get in the product, feel free to ping me directly on the issue or tag me in the issue as D. Eastman. And then if you just want to drop me an email, deeastman@gitlab.com. Talk to you soon. See you next time.